This telecast is copyrighted by Hometown 24 for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Hometown 24 is prohibited.
Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy and Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
Welcome to Hometown 24 as we are here on the campus of Hazard High School up in Daniel Field and on the gorgeous new renovated field. And Brian, is Brian Johnson with me? This is Manus Blair, and it's just gorgeous out here and a great day to play high school softball.
Yeah, beautiful day here, and we were talking about the facilities when we came up. This is a new facility for Hazard, and such a nice looking field here, and all the new buildings around. You see the umpires out there. They're getting ready to get in the lineup cards. We're getting ready to get started here with this. Should be a great softball game here between Perry Central and Hazard. Both teams playing pretty well early in the season. I think Hazard's 10-4. Perry Central's 11-7. So we're expecting a very good softball game here today, Manus.
And, looking through and, Hazard winners of 7 of their last 8. And, of course, Perry Central winners of 7 of their last 8. And Hazard 10-4 on the season, 4-1 against teams in the region. Perry County Central 11-7, 1-1 in the region. Of course, one of the things that I don't think Hazard Lady Bulldog fans want to hear what I'm about to say, but they have lost 32 straight to Perry County Central.
And when you mentioned that earlier, I would have probably lost the farm on a bet on that, because that just seems like it's an astronomical number with these two teams as competitive and as good as they are in this program, that Perry has kind of dominated the last little bit.
And those things can go back and forth. And when you have two rivals such as Hazard and Perry County Central in any sport, you wouldn't think that one sport will be that one-sided. And I think Coach Combs is probably looking to end that.
I would agree with you. And I'm sure if he knew it was that many, he's probably told his girls, and that's a little bit of that locker room stuff.
Do you really, though?
Yes.
Or do you say, okay, that's history? That's the history.
We're going to put a stop to it. What he's saying.
So you're going to use that? Okay.
Yes, I'm going to use that locker room.
And, they're having a little meeting out there, and I'm trying to do my score sheet. And, of course, this is the first softball game of the year, so a little rusty on putting things in and getting everything together. And thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Thank you for the Bank of Hyman and all the sponsors that help enable Hometown 24 to bring this game to you out there. And if there is someone out there that doesn't know, let them know, and hit the like and share button. It's a beautiful day looking down the hollow here, and partly cloudy, and couldn't ask for better.
Great day, great temperatures. And we're kind of in the shade here up on the mountain a little bit, so it's not hot when the sun's out, but we got a little bit of cloud cover.
And no wind as we look out to center field. The flag is limp out there, and so we're going to see the new facility and how it works out and everything. And when we're looking here, they're still having a little bit of conversation, I guess, about the new any kind of things that they need to be aware of as far as ground rules. And any time that you start something up, sometimes you have to be able to play a game or two before you iron those ground rules out.
Yeah, and they're talking about all the things that could be on the field and what will be a dead ball ground rule stuff. That's what they're going over right now with both the coaches and the players and and the umpires, and looks like we're about to wind that up there at the home plate and getting ready to get ready to go here.
Yeah, and when you start talking about the players involved, and I think Stephen's going to bring up, and we're going to look at, first of all, we're going to look at Avery Ratliff for Perry County Central, batting .508, 9 of 9 from on the stolen base route. 2 home runs, leads the team in home runs with 2. Of course, Avery is a freshman for Perry County Central. Failed to mention, kind of going through little stats and stuff today, Bobby Ratliff with a record of 187 and 79 as a coach for Perry County Central. That's a 70% winning, and I don't know if you can do much better than that.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good percentage.
That's a daggone good one. For Hazard, of course, our player to look at is Cadence Stallings. She's batting .375 for the Lady Bulldogs, and of course,
she's got 2 home runs as well.
She does have 2 home runs, and she is a senior, I believe. I'm trying to get
Junior. She's a junior.
Lord, she's been playing for a while. She is batting .375, and as you said, she does have 2 home runs. Is tied for the leading RBIs with 13, and she is number 17. And for right now, I don't have a position for her. I think she ends up playing outfield, and we'll look and see here in a minute. But as we're going through and putting everything together, just want to remind you that the regional tournament will be hosted at Breathitt County High School when we get to that, and that's on down the line. But we're going to talk about some of the teams and how important those teams are, and I've broken 2 pencils already tonight.
That's bad.
So probably, and I don't have my little thing in order to do that, but thank you, Brian, and trying to write out the starting lineups and everything else, and I think we're getting ready to do the lineups and the national anthem, and if we do the national anthem, we'll take a break. In the meantime, we'll just keep right on rolling. And I'll mention kind of the starting lineups for Hazard as I'm writing these down. Of course, leading off will be Miss Peyton Fields, batting .350. Batting second will be Riley Griffith, batting .261. Third will be Heidi Jones, batting .455. Bray Eddington, batting .316 in the cleanup spot. Cadence Stallings, batting .375. Sixth in the order will be Reagan Elkins, batting .262. Haley Jones, batting .139. Sammy Noble, .156. And Maggie Combs, batting .250. And that is the Hazard Lady Bulldogs. And starting to do some of the announcements for Perry County Central, mind you. I'll get it straight here in a minute. For Perry County Central, number 16 will be Olivia Robinson. Will lead off for Perry Central. Number 32, Josie Mullins will bat second, as they are announcing each one of the players. Number 2 will be Miss Ratliff, Avery Ratliff.
Number 5, Reagan Elkins. Number 16, Peyton Fields.
Number 15, batting fourth, will be
Number 22, Riley Griffith.
Michaela. Freddie, you'll get me on that one.
Number
Michaela
3,
Shepard.
Hallie Jones.
Next number, batting fifth, number 4
Number 10,
will be
Heidi Jones.
McKenna Fugit.
Number 17, Cadence Stallings.
Number 6 will be number
Number
8,
11,
and that
Maggie
will be
Combs.
that will
Number
be
9,
Madison
Sandy
Stacy.
Noble.
And once again, I apologize for being a little bit slow tonight.
Is that all of them?
That's our first game. We're trying to get everything to us, and
Number 19 will be next, and that will be
Now
Miss
for your Perry County
Haley
Central
Watts.
Number
Batting
16,
eighth
Olivia
will be number
Robinson.
7, and that will be Caroline
Number
Moberly.
32, Jossie Mullins.
Next
Number
will be
2,
batting
Avery
ninth
Ratliff.
will be number 3, and that will
Number
be,
15, Kayla Schaefer.
let's see, that will be Zoe
Number
Godson.
4, McKenna Fugit.
And
Number 8,
next
Madison
will
Stacy.
be Miss Haley Neese, I believe. Is
Yep,
it
that's
Miss
right.
Neese? Did I say that right?
You
Haley
did.
Neese. And I think I pretty much got the lineups already made out now.
you've got it. She's going to be the flex.
She's the flex. All righty. So we're about to got everyone now, and we're going to be doing the national anthem, and we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll have live action from Hazard High School here on Hometown 24. So stay with us.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornets want to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught it to 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your hometown news tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
And we're back now on Hometown 24 as we bring you Hazard and Perry County Central. Of course, Hazard coming in once again. Hazard coming in at 10-4. Perry Central coming in at 11-7. First to lead off for Perry County Central will be Miss Olivia Robinson, batting .484. Pitcher for the Hazard Bulldogs will be, I think that is Miss, is that Sammy Noble?
I think that's who that is.
I believe it is. And if it's Sammy, she's a senior. 4-3 on the season with a 1.84 ERA.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yep. And had to kind of make a little mark there. Of course, Hazard is going to be advancing. They won the All-A championship, and they will be advancing down to Owensboro at Jack Fisher Park on April 25th, and their pool will include Beechwood, the regional winners from the 7th and the 16th region. And they'll play 3 games in one day. That's a long trip to Owensboro. I've done that a few times in my lifetime. For Hazard, position-wise, you have, of course, Sammy Noble is your pitcher. You have catching there will be Miss Bray Eddington. At first base will be Heidi Jones. At second base will be Miss Riley Griffin. At shortstop will be, and I'm trying to look at my position list here.
Yeah.
I don't have a position, but I'll see the number here in a second.
Get it in just a second.
Mr. Larry Maggard will be the home plate umpire. And that's going to be Peyton Fields is at short. And at third base will be Reagan Elkins. And we'll get the outfield here in a minute as Miss Olivia Robinson will step in. Up in the plate, and we're ready for action, Brian Johnson. Noble eyes for the target. And here comes the pitch. And it's going to be strike one.
Nice take there for Miss Robinson there for Perry Central on the first pitch. Good first pitch down the pipe.
And then she's out in front of that one. It'll make it 0-2. Let's see if she goes fishing a little bit here or she tries to come in a little bit on Robinson. Up in the plate there, looking for anything off speed or whatever it may be here.
Yeah, she's high up in the batter's box.
0-2 pitch, and it's off the handle, and it's going to be dropping in between, and that's going to be a base hit for Robinson. So there goes the no-hitter.
Yep.
And in the step will be number 32, Josie Mullins, batting .298 on the season. Thank you for joining us. First batter through, second batter for Coach Ratliff. And it's popped up, and that's going to be out of play. So it'll be 0-1.
Got under it just a little bit. Popped it back out of play over the...
Looked like she's trying to go to the opposite field.
Opposite field down this right field line maybe. She's up far in the batter's box as well.
0-1 pitch, and that's going to be down, and that's going to be 1-1. Nobody down. Runner on first. Noble with the call, looking in. And that's going to be a strike on the outer corner. 1-2.
Nice pitch placement to catch that outside edge.
And umpire Larry Mackard's called a lot of state tournaments, so a lot of experience behind home plate. And that's going to be popped up, called for by Griffin, and she's going to snag it, and that'll be the first out. L4 for those scoring at home.
Giving out the numbers.
Yeah, I might give out the wrong numbers. You never know. Avery Ratliff once again coming in. That was their spotlight player, 508, batting in the 3-0. One down. Not up and on the plate as much. And that's going to be line foul down the left field line. We got a good view on that.
Got a nice shot
we
there.
We got a really good view down the third base
right
line.
Down the third base line. And she straightens that up, she's going to be running for a while.
Now, you got to be careful here when you're pitching. You don't want to speed the bat up, because if you speed that bat up a little bit more, then possibility of that will be a fair ball.
Yeah, and Avery's back farther in the batter's box.
Nice pitch. And that's going to be 0-2. And Ratliff, I have to cut her swing down a little bit, try to put it in play here. We'll see if Coach Ratliff puts Robinson in movement. She is 2 of 2 on stolen bases for the season. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be out and away, and that's 1-2. Once again, a gorgeous. And Brian, you know, right now with the sun and the deep, does you think it's a little bit hard to pick up the ball, or I can't really tell.
I don't think it is right now. I don't think they've got much. If it's barely catching it out there.
Ratliff swings and stays alive. 1-2 still.
Good battle here between pitcher and batter.
And, you know, Noble, a transfer from Wolfe County, played on that really good Wolfe County team down there. And that's fouled straight back, was on it, trying to go the opposite way and hanging tough. Like you said, Brian, trying to poke that thing out to the outside.
Trying to drop it over the infielder in between the outfield just to get her a base hit and advance the runner.
In at even at third base, See if they can turn it over in the middle. And that's going to be outside, and that's going to be 2-2. Kind of look over me if I make any errors, Brian.
We'll get you. I'm not going to let you slide on it, though.
Here we go. 2-2. One down, runner on first. The wind and the pitch, and that's going to be outside, and it's going to run it full.
Full count here.
Let's see if the runner from first, Robinson, will be put in motion with a full count.
And I'm not sure the way Eddington was warming up if you want to run on her, but I think they may send her.
No, she's a very good catcher. And it's once again, Ratliff is staying right
Staying
there.
alive.
Yep. Hit the music there, and we could have John Travolta coming out.
Exactly right.
So here we go. Full count. One down. One runner on. Trying to get something going here for the Lady Commodores. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout, and that's going to be 2 down.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch there.
It just went right. Noble just went right at her that time, and
right at her. And that's a good battle between those two, and I expect we'll see it again.
Yep, definitely. And Michaela Shepard's up, batting .356, 2 down, trying to get something going here with 2 outs. And that's a strike on the outer half. Noble seems to have a good rhythm coming out in this first inning.
Yeah, and she has very good control too. You can see her painting the corners.
And there was the changeup, and that's going to be 0-2, is up in the eyes, but Shepard not able to time it. So 0-2, 2 down. Trying to get out of this inning. .02 pitch. And that's going to be another strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and no runs and 1 hit. We'll be back. Stay with us here on Hometown 24.
Spring has sprung in the mountains, and that means it's the perfect time to upgrade your device and your savings with Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can get the new iPhone 17e, the iPhone 17, or the Samsung A17 on us when you choose a qualifying plan, or take advantage of up to $800 in device savings on select devices. And here's the best part for our new customers. Port your numbers to Appalachian Wireless and get up to 6 months of free service. So don't wait. Spring into savings today, or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com, because we are your neighbors, and this is your network. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Welcome back. After the top inning, Prairie Central unable to put anything on the scoreboard. Hazard coming to bat in the bottom of the first. The batting lineup will be Peyton Fields batting first, .350. Batting second, Riley Griffith batting .261. Batting third, Heidi Jones batting .455. Batting in the cleanup spot, Bray Eddington batting .316. Cadence Stallings batting .375 in the 5. In the 6, Reagan Elkins .262. 7th will be Haley Jones batting .139. And batting 8th, Sammy Noble $156, and batting 9th will be Maggie Combs batting .250. For the Prairie County Central Lady Commodores, the pitcher will be junior Josie Mullins, number 32, 8-4 on the season with a .317 ERA and 1 save. Position-wise, Olivia Robinson at short, Josie Mullins, of course, pitcher, Avery Ratliff, the catcher, Michaela Shepard playing second, McKenna Fugit in center, Madison Stacy at first. And here goes the first pitch, and it's going to be outside. Also, Haley Watts is the DP. Caroline Moberly is at third. Zoe Godson's in left, and that's going to be a strike call, and that's going to make it 1-1. And, of course, Haley Neese is the flex. I think I've got everybody now,
I
Brian.
think so. I believe we've got them.
I'm trying my best. And behind that one, and that's going to be 1-2 as Mullins was bringing the heat or got that popper glove
Little high, too. Up in the strike zone a little bit.
Got to bring that thing down, even if you're running that thing up and above the numbers. And here goes the 1-2, and it's straight back. And staying alive was Peyton Fields. And Peyton is a sophomore for Coach Combs. Here comes the next pitch, and that's going to be up, trying to get that rise ball. 2-2 now.
It's a good eye there.
Prairie Central on the corners playing up. 2-2, and that's going to be a strikeout. That'll be the first out of the inning. That will bring up Riley Griffin. Like I said, batting .261, and Riley is a junior.
She plays second base, I believe. That's what she was playing earlier.
Yep. Box, and that's going to be a strike right down the pipe, and Josie Mullins come out throwing strikes.
Yeah, both pitchers have been very sharp in the first inning here, Manus.
Yep. 0-1, and it's fouled straight back. 0-2. Working ahead now.
Yeah,
and I say go fishing. It's that time of the year,
it
Brian
is.
Johnson. So when you're talking about going fishing, let's see if she tries to go with that rise ball up above the numbers here. 0-2. And there it is. And Griffith gets into it. Let's see. And it's going to go down. And Griffin's going to go on to second. And it's going to be the first hit for the Lady Bulldogs. It's going to be a double.
Nice shot there by Riley.
Got a little bit too much of the plate, Brian.
Yeah, didn't. She was trying to throw the rise ball. It just didn't get up, and Riley got a hold of it and drove it in between left and center field.
And that will bring up Heidi Jones, 455 for the Lady Bulldogs. Heidi, a junior as well. Trying to advance it, and that ball is up, and that's going to be ball one.
And Josie, she has a 3.17 ERA.
And that's going to be a foul tip straight back. And
I think it's hit the bat first.
And
that's what they're discussing.
And she was saying that she was hit
Yeah.
on the hand, but the hand is a part of the bat. And if it is that, then it is a foul ball. Let's see what their discussion's going to be.
Yeah,
and,
I think
kind of mentioned a minute ago when Griffin hit that ball that Godsey, instead of going back on it, she went lateral, and it was too late.
Too late.
After she made 2 or 3 steps that way, because the ball was hit better probably than she thought
what she thought. It's a little deceiving, and that could have been, you talked about a little bit of picking up the ball with the sun a little bit.
It may be back this way, this side,
yeah,
too.
it could be. So that's going to be a hit pitch, hit by the pitch.
So that's going to bring up Bray Addington, 316, also a junior, and now first and second, one down, and Addington will step in. And that is a big base runner for Hazard. Got a force here now. Let's see. And Addington will hit it straight back. Addington.
Just a touch behind on it.
I shouldn't say this, but Addington's one of my favorite basketball players.
She is one of our favorites.
Because I love to watch her run. And that's going to be outside.
She's got a big motor. Didn't stop. We definitely enjoyed watching her on the hardwood.
So it's 1-1. One down. And that was the changeup, but it's going to be down. Eddington was right there on it. You know, that's really hard. You got to keep your hands back on that changeup. And
it's hard to lay off of that sometimes, too.
Oh, it looks like a big watermelon coming up there. And here comes the pitch, and that's going to be outer half, and that's going to make it 3-1. So
I look forward to take care all the way. Don't you, Manus? Or are you going to give her the green light?
She's back and clean up. I'm giving her the green light. And that's all right off the end of the bat, and it's going to be snagged, and they're going to get back. And that was a good play. And coming in to make that play was Shepard. And talk about deceiving. That was right off the end of the bat. So that makes 2 down now, and that will bring Caden Stallings up. And she's batting .375, and she is a junior. I'm sorry I told her that she was a senior earlier.
Trying to get her out of here.
And that's going to be a strike. Just played a while for the Lady Bulldogs.
Hazard needs to take advantage of these runners that they've got, and they've got one runner in scoring position.
Well, you know, Brian, you got to have two out hits with runners in scoring position, and that's going to be a called strike on the outer half, and it's going to be 0-2. Mullins trying to get out of this now. And you remember when Griffin got in this situation, got too much of the plate, and once again Stallings fights it off way up. She's way up in the box, trying to get to that riser before it gets up,
before it starts rising,
or the changeup. So,
yeah, she's as far up as you can get in the box.
0-2, and here it goes, and there's that riser, and she laid off of it. So it's 1-2. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. First softball game of the year, and it's a dandy.
And we expected it. We thought it would be.
2 of the top teams in the 14th region, and that's going to be a strike. And that will end the first inning. We'll be right back on Hometown 24.
For over a century, Bank of Heinemann has proudly served Knott County and the surrounding communities. They're your hometown bank, built on trust, service, and a commitment to their neighbors. With online banking, bill pay, and mobile deposit, they blend today's convenience with the personal service you've always known. Visit them on the Heinemann Bypass or at the Holly Hills Shopping Center. Bank of Heinemann, where tradition and trust still matter.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Welcome back to Hazard High School here at the newly renovated field. And like we said, it's gorgeous. Prairie Central will be at the top of 2. And it will be, looks like it will be 5, 6, 7. McKenna Fugit, Madison Stacy, and Haley Watts will be up for Coach Ratliff. Prairie Central in the first inning had 1 hit and had left 1 on base. Hazard, of course, in the bottom of the inning had 1 hit batter, and left 2 on base. Neither team able to put across a run as we move to the top of 2.
We've had a pitching battle.
Well, yeah. And, you know, one thing about softball and baseball, it's a mental game. And just like an outfield, you may not get a ball hit to you the whole game, and then the bottom of the 7th, the most important ball of the whole game will be hit
right to you.
So you can't daydream. You can't be looking for your girlfriend,
I'd
boyfriend.
probably be out there picking flowers.
Or picking, picking wildflowers. I thought you was going to go into that song there for just a second.
I thought about it.
And, of course, we have McKenna Fugits up to bat. And McKenna batting .415. Noble still on the mound, rocks and fires, and it's going to be outside.
And we talk about Noble's pitching. You know, she has an ERA of 1.84.
Yeah, and the thing about it is she's got 3 losses, so evidently, and I didn't go back and look, and that's fouled straight back, and that's going to be 1-1. That would lead you to believe it's either been close games or maybe a few miscues in the defense behind her. Mm-hmm. Don't want to speculate because I don't really know.
Because we don't know.
No. Should have been better prepared. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to call you out yet.
Okay. 1-1, and that's popped up. And will it come back? And no, it will not. And that will make it 1-2 for Fugit. Fugit leads the Lady Commodores in doubles with 11. That batter's box getting chewed up pretty good now.
It is.
1-2. First batter of the inning for Prairie County Central. Thank you for the concession people at Hazard for the popcorn. Always makes my job a lot easier when I eat popcorn before I do a game.
I'm not going to get you to rate it because
it was really good.
You are the popcorn connoisseur.
1-2, nobody down. Noble looks for what's going to top of the second inning. No score here at Hazard. And it's popped up and going to go pushing out and just foul.
Just outside of the fence area.
Elkins, here you've got to get to that fence, feel the fence, put your hand on the fence, and then find the basketball.
Find the basketball.
Did I really say
we're in
that?
the wrong sport.
Find the softball. 1-2. And then once again, fighting that pitch off, and that is a good pitch. It's down on the outer half, and Fugit's able to get her bat on it.
Yeah, McKenna's hanging tough with her.
And Brian, when you see more and more pitches, you get a better read on the ball coming out of the hand of the pitcher. Here comes the pitch, and it's
nice
going to be
shot.
Center field going back, and it's going to be called. And that's going to be caught out there by an eye.
Can't get her number.
Stallings is in right field.
I think it's 11.
And that would be Maggie Combs. Is that Maggie? Yes, that's Maggie. So Maggie Combs makes the first out of the inning for Hazard, and then steps Madison Stacy. And Madison Stacy is batting on the year. Let's see, she is batting .294. And that's going to be outside by Noble.
And Noble's keeping the ball down low in the strike zone so Perry doesn't have the opportunity to get contact and drive the ball.
Well, you're changing the eye level, and you're out, and then she's up. Mm-hmm. So that's changing the eye level and of the batter. And that's a nice pitch straight down.
That's straight down the pipe right there.
And that's going to make it 1-1. One down here in the top of the second. Nice change up. 1-2. That's really tough. And
it is. I was getting ready to say that. And she's
really
done a great job on her pitch selection to keep Perry off guard.
Pitch, and there you go. And that's going to be the third strikeout on the evening for Noble. And that will bring up Miss Haley Watts. And Haley is batting, let's see,
Number 19, Haley Watts.
348. Trying to keep the inning going, and a little consultation here by the umpires. And maybe something that not really sure, Brian.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I did not.
I didn't see anything going on.
Maybe something dealing with a rubber. I'm not really sure. And the rise pitch is taken for ball one by Watts. Trying to get a base runner on here with 2 down. The left-hander. Strike one, 1-1. 2 down here. Playing straight away in the outfield. Even at the corners. Elkins is coming in a little bit over here in third. And that's going to be strike number 2.
And I think Noble's going to go right at her here, Manus.
You know, you kind of got to sit on that change up. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Then when you sit on it, you got to be ready for that rise ball, and that's going to be down 2 and 2. One here. Got the lights on.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get into that transition.
Wind's picked up a little bit, Brian, since we've started. A little bit of a crosswind across the field. And that's going to be a strike, and that will end the top of 2, and we'll come back. Hazard Lady Bulldogs will be ready to go. So you stay with us here on Hometown 24.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman softball game of the week as we will move to the bottom of the second. Still no score as Hazard will bring up in the lineup. They will bring up 6, 7, and 8. Reagan Elkins will be first, Haley Jones, and Sammy Noble. Elkins batting .262 on the season. You know, Brian, when we're talking about the team so far that's kind of rounding into shape, you know, you're talking about 14, 18 games into the season. The weather has been really good for playing. We've had very few cancellations or postponements and either. And nice pitch by Mullins, and that's going to be strike 1. But, you know, when you're looking at the 53rd, you're looking at Jenkins and Letcher Central, probably the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
And that's fouled right back. I dodged that.
I thought you was going to try to catch it.
Oh, I didn't have my glove ready. That's 0-2. You know, Jenkins were defeated in the first round of the All-A by Hazard 3-0, I believe what the score was, and a really good game by all accounts. And that's going to be strike 3. And that was 1, 2, 3, and first out, and that's the third strikeout by Mullins, and that will bring up Haley Jones. She bats 139.
And when Mullins gets ahead in the count, that gives her the more freedom to choose different pitches to throw. And you know, you want to get ahead in the count early.
And that's going to be ball one. And looking over my schedule, it was 3-0. Hazard defeated Jenkins. Of course, Hazard defeated not only Jenkins, they then defeated Wolfe County and Leslie County to win the All-A, and that's going to be fouled directly back. And you're right, Brian. Mullins is coming right at him, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to go after people. You can't
don't be complacent.
No, and you can't go fishing all the time.
No. Be the aggressor. Try to get ahead in the count. Then you can go fishing a little bit. Try to make them chase something out.
And then you're talking about the bottom of the order. You know, you want to go after them. You don't want to have any freebies. And there's a strike. That's going to be 1 and 2. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second if you're just joining us. Manus Blair with Brian Johnson, David Adams, and Jim McCauley taking the night off. And that's going to be low, and that's going to be 2-2. I don't know if I would be taking that pitch or not.
No.
That's pretty close, but it was a good eye.
Yeah, it was close.
And speaking about a good eye, home plate umpire.
Untied sneaker.
Yeah.
Break for a second.
No.
Where he could stand up and stretch out, clean home plate off. We'll give
him the benefit of the doubt.
We will.
2 and 2. Did you ever do that when you called softball or baseball
a time
or
or
basketball?
A time or two.
And it's hit off the end of the bat, and it's going to be squeezed that time. And that's going to be out number 2.
Now batting number 9.
And Sammy Noble will come up batting 156, trying to keep the inning alive for Hazard.
I think I would do that plate wiping when it was hot outside.
You definitely don't do that when it's cold.
No.
You can say, look, you can play without it. Straight back, right on at that time, and that's going to be strike number 1.
Yeah, I used to tell the signers, don't give me any games till it gets warm because I freeze to death.
You might, your thermostat doesn't work
it
properly.
does not work. That's why I stayed in the gym most of the time.
Nice change up, and that runs the count to 0 and 2. 2 down, trying to go 1, 2, 3 right here.
And again, we talk about the importance of getting ahead early in the count, getting ahead in the count. Now she's got the plethora of pitches she can throw.
It's a nice word, and that was chopped, and it's going to be in between. Shepard is going to get the out, 4-3, and that will end the inning for the Lady Bulldogs, and we'll move on to the third. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Welcome back to Hazard High School, the Bank of Hyman softball game of the week. We're in a scoreless duel going into the top of the third. Perry County Central will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in this inning. Caroline Moberly, Zoe Godsey, and back to the top of the order for Olivia Robinson. Robinson with the only hit so far for Perry County Central off of Sammy Noble.
Yeah, we have seen some very good pitching from both sides.
Yeah.
And pretty good defense. We've had a couple of good plays. We've had a couple balls drop in, but, it's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah. So light's starting to take a little bit more effect, but that sun just wanting to hang.
It's wanting to hang in, and we're not going to complain.
No, we're not going to complain, but this is such a nice press box in here, and it allows us to do a few little things in here, not worry about the weather as much. I know you don't want to freeze. But
no, I don't.
I know you don't want to do that, but anyway, as we move into the top of the third.
I could be one of these fair weather people.
Are you trying
Even
to
when
say
we do football, when it gets cold, I get miserable.
Mark Young, Brian did steal Jim Bob's thesaurus.
I did. That's where I got the plethora.
You got the plethora, yeah. And that's going to be down. Ball one. Neither pitcher yet to walk anyone, but of course we did have one hit batter. Mullins did have one hit batter.
On a close call.
Yep. And that's going to be away. And that's going to be ball two. Any way to get a base runner. Uh-oh. Had back feed on it. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's straight back, and that's going to be 2-1. Once again, Noble had to come in there trying to go keep people from getting a freebie.
Yeah, she's going to attack the play. Look for her probably here to throw this slow or this changeup maybe on this pitch right here. There it was.
There it is, and she kind of was right on it, 2-2. Moberly batting .235 for Coach Ratliff, and trying to get on base here with that first base runner, trying to put a little pressure on the Hazard Lady Bulldogs defense.
And Noble fell behind in the count. Now she's evened it back up at 2-2.
And here comes that 2-2 pitch. And it's going to be popped, and is it going out of play? Whoa.
I think it did.
Yes, it did. It went out of play.
I can't see down that first baseline.
Well, you have to get like me. I've got an ostrich neck.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got the giraffe neck. You can look out through there and see if it goes cleared the fence.
Nice job by Moberly keeping her at bat alive. Here it comes again, and it's popped up, and it's going to go out, and Fields will get under it, and she'll snag it.
Sure did. Nice job to call off her outfielders coming in a hurry.
And that'll be the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Zoe Godsey, 348 on the year. And, of course, Zoe is a freshman. So a good mixture of young and old players for both of these teams. And in order to have your program to where you need it, you need to have a good mixture.
Yeah, and it all starts with their middle school programs.
Yep.
Start them young. And Godsey's way back in the batter's box.
So that would lead me to believe there's going to be a good chance of a changeup right off the bat. But nope, she's going to be a slap hitter.
Yep, slap hitter.
So she swung at that one. And that'll be strike one out. Top of the third.
And if you're a lefty and you're good at that slap hit, you're already halfway down the first base line.
And there it is, right at it. That is a shot, and that's going to be a base hit. So the second hit. And that was not a slap. That was a smack.
That was just a rocket.
Fields had nothing she could do with that one.
No, it was on her. It got caught in between the short hop. No way to catch that one.
And Godsey 5 of 6 stealing bases, so you may see her go here with one out as Olivia Robinson, who had that double. And there is right at Fields, and it's going to be a throwback. And it's going to be a double play, and that will end the Fields, and she throws back for the 6-3 double play, and that will end the inning, and we'll be back. It'll be the bottom of the third, so stay with us on Hometown 24.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back to Hazard High School. That was a shot, two shots in a row. Sometimes with what you have when it comes to defensive preparation, sometimes it's luck and sometimes it's skill with everything. So what you end up having a position when you're on first base and that ball's hit really hard, you've got to freeze. You can't keep going. If you freeze, then you might have a chance. But in that situation, just a tough hit.
Tough hit, good catch. You know, and you talk about, and these girls, they're watching the pitcher, so they're getting a more catching the eye of what kind of pitch is coming out of the pitcher's hand. So, and now we're getting into our second rotation through the lineup. So each of them seen them once already. See if they can make some adjustments.
And Maggie Combs will lead off batting .250, and it'll be her first time looking at it. Maggie, of course, sophomore, played basketball for Coach Todd Howard as well. Always a good defender. And it's going to be popped up. See if Rattler can find it. Does, and that's going to be a pop-up to her. And that's going to be the first out, and that will send us to the top of the order for Peyton Fields, who struck out in the first inning.
So this is where we were talking about. This is your second time seeing the pitcher. You kind of know what to expect, what kind of successes or failures you had the first round.
Well, you know, too, Brian, when these kids have played with each other in softball coming up through, played 2 or 3 games in a year.
Yeah, and they all know each other. You know, it's close.
And that's going to be hit to right field. Got a lead on it, and had the big glove that
sure
time.
Did. Good catch.
And that was Nice out there that makes the catch. And had to come through, and it's good that had a 10-inch glove instead of a 9-inch glove.
That's the big hand.
Yep, that is. And that's going to be 2 outs.
And this game's moving fairly quickly, too, Manus.
Yep, and no rain like David and Jim had last night.
Yeah,
That's popped up by Griffin, and there's the call, and that's going to end the inning as well. And when we come back, we'll move on to the top of the fourth. Stay with us on Hometown 24.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Hey, it's Kristen from Appalachian Wireless. Spring has arrived in the mountains, and it's time to do a little spring cleaning, starting with your phone. At Appalachian Wireless, you can get up to $800 off select smartphones with qualifying plans, or take part in our new discount savings program. And for those who realize you need a carrier that actually cares about you, bring your number and enjoy up to 6 months of free service. So hop on in and visit us in one of our many retail locations today, or visit us on the web at AppalachianWireless.com, because we are your neighbors, and this is your network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back, and we're at the top of the fourth, and Perry County Central will send 2, 3, and 4 up against Sammy Noble. Sammy Noble so far, one hit batter, and 2 left on base. So both pitchers doing a masterful job of being selective in their pitch counts, and we're moving right along now. And Mullins, who popped up to the second baseman her first time, 298 on the season. Thank you for joining us here. Shout out to Bumper Adams tuning in. And one of the last times I watched a game here was when Bumper was the coach at Letcher County Central High School. And nice field here for these girls of Hazard to be able to play practice on. Want to say that our next game will be, let's see, what is our next game here? We are at volleyball will be Perry Central at Letcher Central. That'll be me, and baseball will be David Belfry at Knott County Central. That'll be on the same night. That'll be on the 16th. That'll be on Thursday. Had to look at my schedule. My bifocals are not working as well as I need to be working. Josie Mullins will step in once again for the first batter of the fourth inning. Still scoreless. A pitcher's duel.
It has been.
Nice pitch. And Noble and Mullins doing a nice job of mixing things up.
And, you know, both pitchers have been really good about getting ahead early in the count.
And, you know, you have to do those kinds of things. In softball and in baseball, you got to work ahead. And that's going to be strike 2 called.
She gets that low pitch, and then she brings that little riser up. It's hard to catch back up to it.
And you got to get your hands ready, and you just got to as the old coach once told me, and that's a foul back. Mullins staying alive. See the ball, hit the ball.
See the ball, hit the ball. And she's Josie's real far up in the batter's box, too.
It's kind of cliche-ic, but you just got to react to it. Hazard playing a little bit different in the outfield, deeper in left field than what they were. And that's another foul tip, barely staying alive that time.
Just keep battling and keep battling. It's been a very good, and we said it earlier, a pitcher's battle. And if you've got good pitching, you've got good chance to win.
You got that right. And here comes the pitch, 0-2. And Mullins keeps fighting in there.
She had to fight that one off. That was in on her hands a little bit.
And you can see a little bit, Brian, that she is choking up just a little.
She is.
I'm not going to say Barry Bonds-like, but she is choking up on the bat, trying to put the ball into play. And there's that changeup. Once again, she fouls it off.
Keeping her head down, making contact. She's just going to opposite field.
Way if it is a riser and take the changeup back the other good eye. She is 1 and 2. She's still fighting in there, and Noble. You know, sometimes you've just got to, as the old saying goes, you pitch the next pitch and make it your best one. Mullins edges her way even closer to the pitcher. And And there it is.
There
It's
it
off
is.
the handle into right field.
I think she caught it.
She did catch it, I believe. And that's going to be the first out. We cannot see that far deep right corner. And
I think Stallings ended up catching it there, the right fielder.
So that's going to be the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Avery Ratliff, who struck out in the first inning. One down here in the top of the fourth. And that's swung at that high ball.
Yeah, that's hard to catch up to.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got good speed on it, and it's hard to catch up when it gets up there around the chest area.
If you hear me giggling, I'm looking at a sign over here behind home plate. And that's popped up, and I think Stallings not going to be able to get to that one. And it's going to run the count to 0-2.
I see your sign.
I do apologize. Oh, you got to love kids.
Yeah, they're having a good time. They've got a bunch of signs over there.
0-2, one down. Scoreless duel so far here at Hazard High School. Rock and roll right here, and that's a line shot, and that is going to be over. That's going to be the home run for Avery Ratliff, and Avery's going to be her third home run on the season.
Yep, she was leading the team in home runs. Her and Michaela Shepard both had 2. She just left yard between center and left field.
And, you know,
Power alley.
You probably couldn't have said that got more than 8 foot off.
Oh, no, it was on the line.
I mean, it never got up, and it was just right down the middle, and it was a line shot. And first run of the game, and Ratliff, a freshman, very bright future for that young lady.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Kayla Shepard coming up. She struck out in that first inning. And let's see if Shepard can do similar. Pitches up.
And that's what Ratliff got. She got that riser, and she had it timed perfect.
Noble got to shake that off and continue to do what she done earlier. And I know that's easier said than done sometimes. Nice pitch that time. Took a little bit off of it. 1-1, one down. 1-0 now, Prairie Central after the homer by Miss Ratliff. Straight back, 1-2.
And it looks like Noble's shaking that off there. She's got nice 2 pitches, have been really good placement.
Scooting up a little bit more up in the box. One-two pitch. And it's hit up, and that one is going to leave the yard as well. So back-to-back home runs by the Lady Commodores as Shepard got a little bit of that breaking ball and hit it. It was just a question of whether it was fair or foul. Yeah. And Shepard is going to hit her third home run as well.
Well, she couldn't let Avery Ratliff get ahead of her, so she had to hit her one as well to try to tie it back up between those two. Both of those girls have 3 home runs apiece now this season.
So that makes it 2-0 here after the back-to-back home runs by the Lady Commodores. And, you know, their bats were kind of silent, and then all of a sudden, boom.
And we talked about it. You know, this is their second time around. Mm-hmm. They got to see her first, and a couple of those risers they're getting their timing down on them a little bit.
So, you know, you look at Noble and do you change up a few little things? But
I mean, I think she's still. I mean, those are the 2 best hitters for Prairie Central.
Mm-hmm.
And Nobles is a good pitcher. She has a low ERA, and sometimes
you just got to shake it off.
Yeah.
Fugit up the bat. She flew out to center field in the second inning. 0-1, 1 out, and that's down the line, and that is a fair ball and a good call as we look right down, and that's going to be a double as she was out in front of it and hit that double right down the third base line. So 3 back-to-back hits now against Noble, and that will send up Madison Stacy, who struck out in the second inning.
Yeah, we're going to have time here. Coach is going to go out and settle her down a little bit.
Yeah, and that's a good call, because if you have a kid that's kind of losing it, you got to get back focused and do what you can do the best. And sometimes when that happens, and I think we're going to have
we're going to have a pitching change. I believe you're right. Yep.
I think looks like Fields is coming to. And there are. So we're going to take a break with the pitching change, and when we come back, we'll see all the changes in the lineup. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a favorite medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn, it is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, mat program, x-ray, and transportation. Little Flower Clinic Rheumatology, Dr. Travis Sizemore and Brianna Cornitz, treating autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and more. 487-9505. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, your medical home in the mountains.
Hi, my name is Heidi Hoffensperger from Hoffensperger Law Office.
Debt can feel overwhelming. The calls, the letters, the constant pressure, it's hard to see a way forward. You're not alone. The law office of Heidi Hoffensperger has helped countless people through their bankruptcy, giving them a fresh start and a chance to rebuild. Bankruptcy isn't the end.
The legal world can be a very, very difficult and complicated world, and I don't want that for my clients.
Call today and let Heidi help you with this new beginning. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community. TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. TVS is your #1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
As we come back to action, Peyton Fields has gone to the mound. Peyton 6-1, 117 ERA, and one down. Sammy Noble, 3 1/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, 2 2 earned runs, and of course, Fugit at second is still her responsibility.
That's right. That's going to be that'll be charged to her if she scores.
And it's going to be 1-1 on the swing by Madison Stacy. She struck out in the second inning. Noble had 4 strikeouts in her 3 1/3 innings. Like I said, Peyton Fields is a sophomore for Coach Combs. And did they go? And nope.
No.
So if you don't see it, it doesn't go. So it's going to be ball 2, 2-1, and that is a really tough position in a right-hander when you're over here and you're watching them leave.
Yeah, he's got a lot to he's got paying attention to out there. He's got to make sure the runners on second don't leave early, and then get his head back around quick enough to help Larry Maggard if he needs it.
And, of course, it's a right-hander. A little bit easier if it was a left-hander. 3-1 on the count now to Stacy. Trying to get in another run here at 2-0 right here in the 4th inning. And that's going to be a called strike, and that's going to be running full 3-2.
That ball's got a little pop to it. You can hear it.
Got that popper glove
Got
going.
the popper glove.
Fugit at second base. And that's going to be up, and that's going to be the first walk for Prairie Central, and it's going to put runners at first and second. Got a force at third now. Upcoming is Haley Watts. Haley struck out in the second inning, so creeping up to see if there's going to be a bunt. And Heidi Jones at first coming up a lot here, and that pitch is going to be up.
Yeah, I don't think Watts was thinking about bunting right there.
And if she is, it's better to bunt it down the third baseline, forcing the third baseman or the pitcher to get to it rather than the first baseman, who may throw it all the way across for the force out. And there's a called strike, and that's going to be 1-1. 1 out, and the outfield playing straight away. A little bit deep in left field. Now, I guess after the 2 home runs, move back just a little bit.
It's a little bit easier.
There's the fake bunt, but it's going to be a strike call.
It's a little bit easier to run toward the ball to field it than it is to run back to it.
Yeah, that's just a natural tendency that you and I and everybody else, when you came up through, it's a lot easier to do that.
Yeah, much easier.
1-2, and that's going to be away, and that's going to be 2-2. 1 down, and let's see what the infield does for Hazard. Is Griffin playing deep in the hole there? And that's going to be a called strike, and that's going to be 2 down. That will bring up Caroline Moberly, who popped up to the shortstop last time. 2 down. That's a big out.
That's a big strike out there.
Fields loosening up now
for Peyton, and try to get herself out of this hole with the runners in scoring position.
0-1, 2 down. Runners on first and second. And there's a line shot, and that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to score 1. Let's see if it's going to score 2. Coach Ratliff says
he was wanting her to run.
So that's a double down the right field line. That's going to be an RBI for Moberly, and that's going to boost the score up to 3-0 here in the 4th inning. Moberly with a nice job of taking that outside pitch and hitting it down the right field line. And in will step Zoe Godsey with runners at second and third. And last time slapped the ball in a manner that it got over the glove of Fields at short.
Right.
So
a nice shot too. The last time up she had.
I mean, she didn't chop it, but she got good wood on it, and there's a bunt, and it's back to Fields. Fields is going to turn and throw, and that's going to be an out. And nice play by Fields. And that will end the top of the fourth. 3 runs in for Prairie Central, and when we come back, we'll see if the Hazard Lady Bulldogs can put something on the board. Stay with us.
For more than a century, we have stood by the people of Hazard and Eastern Kentucky. Now we begin a new chapter with a new name. People's Bank and Trust Company is now PBT Bancorp. Our look may be new, but what matters stays the same. The same local faces, the same personal service, the same commitment to your goals. PBT Bancorp is here to help you grow, plan, and build for the future. PBT Bancorp, preparing for a better tomorrow.
When financial challenges threaten your future, you need clear guidance and proven solutions. Call Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Trusted legal experience to help you take control. From stopping creditor actions to protecting your assets. Keisha and her staff deliver efficient, reliable representation focused on results. With flexible payment options, getting the help you need is more accessible than ever. Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Professional service, practical solutions. The fresh start you deserve.
Okay, welcome back to Hazard High School, the Bank of Hyman softball game of the week. Prairie Central on the top had 4 hits and 1 walk, 3 runs, 2 left on base. Nice play by Peyton Fields. Not allowed any more runs to score, and Hazard got to get some bats going here. They'll have 3, 4, and 5 taking place.
Yeah, the meat of their order up to bat in this inning, Manus. Try to get something going, get a base runner early.
And that will close out to Sammy Noble, 3 1/3, 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs for Noble. And we'll step Heidi Jones, who was hit with a pitch. And there's a changeup for strike number 1. I love going to Reds games and looking up there, and they throw 97 mile an hour, and they can tell whether it's a 4-seamer or a 2-seamer or a sinker. It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe that.
Got up underneath of it. Shepard's going out, but the center fielder will call, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and you talk about the distance in the pitcher's mound and the closeness of a softball. Their speed that they're throwing at this short of a distance is equivalent to that.
80-some mile an hour,
yes.
90, or, if you watch Tennessee's pitcher, she's threw the fastest pitch in the history of it. And it's like 106 mile an hour if you were pitching from 60 feet and 6 inches.
Right.
Ball number 1 on Eddington on the take, and they've got to have base runners. Hazard's got to have some base runners here. That ball is going to be down, and as the old saying is, any way you can get on
base, get somebody on the field there to give you an opportunity to get a run
and put pressure on the defense. And there's a line shot in the alley, and Eddington is going to go for 2.
Going to get it.
And she goes down on her belly. Oh, my. Double for Eddington, and that was a shot.
That looked like Velcro out there when she slid. Wouldn't let her slide any further.
Bray, if you watch this, we're not making fun of you. So that's with 1 out. She's in scoring position now. We'll have a runner as the catcher. We'll have a runner, and that's number 20. And I don't have all the subs. Brian, did you?
Let's see if I've got
her. If nothing else, I'll go back to it.
I think I've got her here.
So that's going to bring up Kate.
That's going to be Zoe Gabbard is the sub.
So
pinch runner or for Bray.
And that is customary for catcher and pitcher. You have to do it after the second out is made. out in front of that changeup, and seems like Mullins has gone more to the changeup and off-speed stuff.
She is. I think she's got had a little bit more success with it, a little bit more control over it.
Yeah.
And that's what she's comfortable with, so that's what she's going to be throwing most of.
And that's a sweep out there, and that's going to be 0-2. And Stallings, as the old saying's got to bow her back here and make contact here at 0-2, trying to get Gabbard in here for the first, and it's going to be popped up, and that's going to go out of play. And she did a great job of fighting off a really good pitch.
Yeah, that was a good pitch, and Mullins has got really good control right now. She's painting the corners. She can pretty much place that ball where she's wanting to right now.
Outfield playing straight away, not playing really deep. Stallings looking to bring in that first run, and right on that one that time, fouls it straight back. She struck out in her first at-bat in the first inning. I think the background now, there's no sun back there now. You should be able to read it a little bit better. And there's that rise ball trying to change the eye level once again of the batter.
Yeah, the sun's gone down. Everything's the transition should be over by now, so you can really pick it up out of the pitcher's hand.
And there's that changeup, and she stayed with it, and it's going to fall. Gabbard had to go back, and she's only going to advance to third. So Stallings keeps it going with that first base hit for her, and it'll be first and third, one out, and maybe going to that well too many times.
Too much, maybe. Yeah. Now you got runners on the corner. You might take an opportunity here to send Stallings.
2 or 4 stolen bases by Stallings. Here comes the bunt, takes it back, and trying to see what's going on, and that's going to be a ball. And once again, goes back to what we were saying. You're putting a little bit of pressure on Prairie Central's infield defense now, and let's see if Coach Combs pulls that bunt off, or let's Elkins go ahead and hit, and does, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1.
And you've still got the opportunity for Stallings to maybe steal second to take the potential double play away.
And here comes the bunt, maybe, and it is a bunt, and it's out in front. Nice bunt, and going to throw it, and it's going to be safe. And they're going to be safe at home, and we got a run
down between second and third.
So Stallings in the rundown trying to get there, and that's going to be an out on Stallings. The run will score for the first time, and Stallings caught up in the rundown. And I'm not going to have many times, but that's going to be a base hit for Elkins and an RBI. And that will make it 3-1.
And that was a very nicely laid bunt that let all that happen.
And it had backspin on it, spun back to Ratliff, and she was able to throw it, but nice job by Elkins getting down there and beating the throw. You've got 2 down now, runner on first, and that is Elkins. And the pitch is outside, and Jones, who popped up to the third baseman, her first attempt in the second inning, will try to keep it going for Hazard. Foul tip straight back, and that's going to make it 1-1. And I think Hazard's kind of, looking for that changeup now.
I believe they are, and
their sweeper. I think that was a little bit took a little bit of it off. I don't know if that was a changeup.
I don't know if that was the true changeup.
1-2. 2 down. 3-1, 1 run in for Hazard, and it's popped up, and Ratliff will come back toward us, and it's going to hit the net.
Good concentration over for her to even be able to catch it off the net. It barely grazed the net up top.
So it's going to be 1-2.
And she's talking.
Avery looking back at home plate umpire Larry Mackard and saying, "Can you please give
me a break."
Yeah. And that's going to be a strike, and that will end the fourth inning. Hazard will pick up one, and when we come back, it'll be 3-1, and we'll go to the top of the field. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Introducing WTVE TV Everywhere from TVS, the new way to watch your favorite shows, live channels, and on-demand content wherever you go. On your phone, your tablet, or your laptop, whether you're at home, on the road, or maybe somewhere you might not want to be. And the best news, TV Everywhere is already part of every TVS video plan. Sign up today for TVS and get access to your favorite content, including live college sports everywhere. Visit tvscable.com or call 606-785-3450.
Brain health affects how we think, learn, and live. When it is ignored, the impact spreads into our classes, it affects our families, communities, and even our ability to afford basic needs. But prevention can stop the chain. Sleep, hydration, movement, connection, and asking for help can protect our minds.
Welcome back to Hazard High School Bank of Heinemann. Softball game of the week. Hazard picks up one run on 3 hits, had one left on base, and puts a little bit more pump in their step a little bit after picking up one. Could have easily picked up 2.
Could have easily picked up 2. I mean, they came back in the bottom of that inning and answered Perry Central. And put some runs on the board as well. So right back in this ball game, you know, you've got your new pitcher out there for Hazard. Try to get a quick 3 up, 3 down, and get back on the bat side.
And we'll go 1, 2, and 3 for Perry Central. Olivia Robinson, who had a line shot to the shortstop last time. Base hit, and that's going to be on the handle and popped out. Had the base hit to right center in the first inning, so 1 for 2 on the evening. Has really hit the ball well both times. And it's off the handle, and that's going to find the 5-6 hole, and she's going to run it down, and that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, nice
infield hit.
Yeah, good hit. Nice coverage there by the shortstop. Just a little bit quicker getting down that baseline.
Once that ball passed Elkins and she couldn't get to it, it was just nothing you could do.
Nothing you could do about it. It was hit deep in the hole, too.
Yep. Mullins up to 0-2 on the evening so far. Ball 1. Flew out to the second baseman and also to the right fielder. Trying to get that run back that they lost in that latter part of the inning. Nice pitch by Fields, and that's going to be 1-1. Mullins looking to take that ball opposite way, so you've got that little gap in between the 3 and the 4 right there, second baseman and the first baseman. Right fielder playing tight, kind of tight to the line. And nice pitch on the inner half, and that's going to be 1-2.
And she's Fields starting to find her groove a little bit there on the mound.
I think she's got to keep everything on her hands instead of getting that thing outside. She's looking to go that way. What's going on, man?
Mr. Combs there.
2. Nobody down. Robinson on first. And that's trying to throw that drop ball in it. Going to run it to full count here. And let's see if Coach Ratliff may put Robinson into motion here. Nobody out. Full count. And it's down on the handle, and you can still see Mullins is trying to go that direction.
She's trying to go opposite field, and And Fields is still trying to handcuff her, so to speak, keep it on that inside part of the plate, not giving her much of an opportunity to drive the ball down that line.
Winding the pitch, and that's going to be strike 3 called. And that's going to be the first out of the inning, and that's a big pitch by Fields. Like we said, Eddington does a nice job of framing it just like Ratliff does for Prairie Central, and you got to give the umpire plenty enough time to see that thing.
Yes.
And you don't get up. Once you get up, it blocks the view of the umpire.
Just
said before with a homer in the fourth inning, had struck out in the first one.
And again, she's just a freshman.
Tries to hit it the opposite way, goes off top of the bat, and it'll run it 0-2 now. Let's see what Fields and Eddington comes up with to try to keep her from doing any damage. Comes the wind and the pitch, and just got a piece of it. And it also got a piece
of home plate umpire Larry Maggard.
It did good, and I've had that do it. And
I have as well. It does not feel good.
Does not feel good, and
especially if it's cold.
Especially if it's cold. And one time, calling for MC Napier, got a hit with a newfangled and turned my arm the wrong way, and I wore that bruise for about 2 weeks. And that's a hot shot, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. And Robinson is going to make it to third, and Coach Ratliff is going to hold her up, and it'll be first and third with one out, and I think intentionally done that. So that was a hot shot to the opposite field for Ratliff, and that will bring up Michaela Shepard, who is one of two homered as well in that fourth inning.
And the bats for Prairie Central are starting to wake up a little bit in the last 2 innings. And you talk about Ratliff, she's batting .508.
And you can see that. And she's gone, and throw back to the pitcher, and Ratliff is going to have the stolen base, and that is her 10th stolen base on the season. So now
she got Velcroed to the ground there as well on the head first slide.
I'll tell you what now, you're not going to move too far right there.
Not.
And that pitch is going to be up. And that's going to make it 2-0. And might be a official. Nope, going after 2-1. I thought maybe going to pitch a rounder with first base open.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
That's what I get for thinking.
That's why we're up here.
Yeah, and Coach Combs and Coach Ratliff is doing the job. Oh, and that was an outstanding pitch.
Absolutely.
Right there. Had her tied up.
Had her tied up for sure.
So that's 2-2. And Shepard, not sure now. You've just got to see it, and you got to hit it. 2-2, 1 out. Runners at second and third, and that's going to be smacked. And that is going to be a home run, a 3-run homer for Michaela Shepard.
Yeah, and that's the danger that we talked about there of going ahead and pitching to her when you have the first base open. That's what you were talking about.
Yep.
Should they went ahead and put her on?
But you got to understand too. Outstanding pitch by Fields on the inner half, got her tied up, and she just hit what came across.
She just settled back, let her hands get in front.
So that's going to make it 6-1 with the 3 runs. And Shepard, that's going to be her 4th home run on the season, and that will bring up McKenna Fugit, who is one of 2, had a double down the line in the fourth inning. Fouls that one back.
Yeah, and the heart of the batting order for Perry Central has done all the damage.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 5 runs in 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, and that's what you want if you're Perry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why you put
That's
them.
why they're there.
That's why you put them in there. So, Fields got to just wipe that out as much as she can out of her head, and that's going to be ball. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to make it 3-1. You know, we're talking about umpiring, and Larry Macker's about the same. He's about 6'4", and he gets way down there, and that's going to be ball 4.
And you know, we talk about Larry. He does a good job there, and like you said earlier, he's been to multiple state tournaments.
And if I'm not mistaken, he called the finals.
He did call the final.
He called the finals, I think, either 2 or 3 years ago. Strike 1 on the pitch to Stacy. Stacy has walked and struck out. 0 for 1. Fugit on first base. Foul straight back, 0-2. Trying to get out of this inning with no more damage. And that's going to be hit down the right field line, and that's going to be a fair ball.
Got runners trying to advance.
And
he's going to send her home.
Fugit is going to score on the double by Madison Stacy, and that makes it 7-1. Ball hit directly down the right field line. And we're going to have a runner for Perry County Central, and I believe that is Molly Holiday, the freshman.
Yep, you're right. That's number 0. Or 00, I should say. As Bray Eddington and Peyton Fields are having a conversation out on the mound.
Haley Watts is going to come to bat. She struck out twice, one time swinging, one time called. Trying to plate Holiday, who is the pinch runner for Coach Ratliff. And it's ball high. You know, we talked about in the 54th district, you know, you're looking at these two, and you're looking at Leslie County trying to make it out of that district into the regional tournament. And then you're probably looking at Breathitt County and Wolfe County down in the 55th.
And in the 56, you've always got Estill.
And then you've got Estill County, and then I think it's pretty much between Owsley and Powell County for that second spot. Both teams down just a little bit. Two and one to count. And that's going to be a strike going through, and that's going to be 2-2.
Nice pitch there by Fields.
Trying to get out of this inning with no more damage. Runner on second. And that's going to be a strikeout. And that's going to be the second strikeout of the inning. 2 down. That's also going to be Fields' third strikeout for the game. Caroline Mosley up. And that ball is down. Mosley, 1 of 2, had the double down the right field line. And that's going to be ball 2.
Good eye there. Looking for something to hit to put in play. Try to advance the runner. You've got a runner in scoring position. Trying to take advantage of that.
And that's going to be hit down the line, and that is going to be a home run for Mosley. And that's going to play 2, and that's going to make it 9-1. And it was just a question of whether or not it was going to be foul or fair. And Mosley is going to be hitting. I think that is Mosley's first, or Moberly. I said Mosley.
It's Moberly's.
Moberly, that is her first home run of the year. I called her Mosley. I'm sorry, Caroline. It is her first home run, and that thing had the loop on it and made its way out there.
It was getting close. It was tailing off. Looked like my golf swing with the hook. But we got a perfect view down this third base line.
So that makes it 9-1 here after that, and 2 big RBIs for Moberly. And Godsey will come up, and she is 1 of 2. Last time it was an outstanding play by Peyton Fields to throw her out at first base. Oh, and that's going to be a hit batter, and she'll go on down to first.
Check her, let her walk that off, hit her in the top of the helmet. And that's especially if you're one of those slap hitters, you put yourself in harm's way a little bit more
because you're closer.
Because you're closer and running up in the box.
And Rob inning with a base hit. And I'm going to have to readjust my innings here just a little bit. And that's going to be down the right field line, and it is going to be dropped. And Robinson is trying to catch up. Godsey is going home, and the throw's going to come home, and she's going to be safe. And it's going down, and it's going to be an out, but the run will count for Godsey, and Robinson will be thrown out after the RBI, and that will make it 10-1. And when we come back, we'll see if Hazard can put some on the board. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Introducing Multiview from TVS. The same video service you already know and trust. Now watch up to 4 programs at the same time, including college sports. With an easy-to-understand menu, Multiview is just a click away. Don't miss a second of the action, no matter when it's happening. Video when you want it, how you want it, from TVS.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Welcome back. After Prairie Central ends the inning on 6 hits, they had 7 runs, 1 hit batter, 1 walk, and nobody left on base, and that will extend the score to 10-1 Prairie County Central. And Brian, it just the power in the, like you said, the middle part of the lineup for Prairie Central has just really come on. And then Moberly with a 2-run homer, and she got every bit of it down the left field line.
Yeah. And you know, if you've got good power, and then you're facing a pitcher that's got good speed, the ball travels quite a bit further, and when they make good contact.
So now it will be 8-9-1 now for the Lady Bulldogs, and I think we had do we have a substitution?
Yeah, I think so. I don't. I seen
number 20. Is it number 20?
20 is in now for Hazard. That's going to be. Let me pull it up on our card.
Yeah, pull that up there.
And that is that's Zoe Gabbard.
Zoe Gabbard. That's who ran.
That's who ran for Bray earlier.
And that's going to be to the shortstop. And that's going to be 6-3, and that's going to be 1 out. So Gabbard is an 8th grader for Coach Combs.
Good contact in there in the box.
Was batting 400.
Number 11, Maggie Combs.
Sorry, I was a little bit slow on that. Maggie Combs, who popped up to the catcher. Trying to find something here. It was a nice crowd here in the new renovations, and if you've not been up here, if you come to watch a game, it's really nice.
It's really nice, and the concession stand area and the press box and all the new restrooms are all really nice. And I think we've got a baseball game going on down below us as well.
Going on. Of course, Coach Dean able to pull out the victory yesterday. Hazard at Letcher County Central, which was on Hometown 24. Strike one called. 2-1, 1 down. Prairie Central trying to close out this 5th inning. And that's fouled straight back. 2-2, 1 down. And, of course, our next, like I said, volleyball will be with me, Prairie Central at Letcher Central. And baseball will be David Adams, Belfry at not Central, and line back off the end of the bat. And Mullins will have the put out. 2 down, and that will bring up the top of the lineup for Fields. 0 of 2. Struck out and hit a line drive to right field. Our next softball game will be, looks like me and David at Letcher Central, Knott County Central and Letcher Central on the 20th. Off the end of the bat, Shepherd will grab it, and that will be 1, 2, 3, and we'll move on to the top of the 6th. Stay with us on Hometown 24.
Wrestling fans, coming up on April 17th, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling returns to Fleming Neon Middle School for a house party, A Pirate's Life. Already signed for this big event, AMW champion Marty Clay, The Prospector, Wes Barker, Fleming Neon's own Zexy Z Collins, All In, Ace Carmichael, New South champion Sexy Stan Sierra, along with Tony Presley, The Mad Taylor, Michael Zodiac, and Lord Murphy Costigan, among more. It's Fleming Neon Middle School, April 17, 2026. Doors open 6 p.m., bell time 7 p.m. Get your tickets on amwrestling.com.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornet's going to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught it to 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us. 40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
Welcome back, and we're going to have a pitching change for Hazard. I want to say shout-outs to Carl Olivers, Susan Hall, Matt Chandler, Jennifer Swifford, Susan Hall. I said that already, didn't I?
You did.
Patricia Baker, Rex Front Apple, and Brian Johnson's number 1 if she got off the couch, and that's
woke
Miss
up from
Becky.
a nap?
Becky. He said that, I didn't.
You told me.
And looks like the pitcher will be number 2. And I should have opened that up. Number 2 is Brian, if you don't mind.
Let me see if I can find her on her card. I thought I had all of them written down, but be Balin Roll.
Balin Roll, 0-0 on the season, 2 saves and 318. I had her with number 99.
That's what we had her on there, but she's number 2 on the card.
2, and we'll remember that if we do another game or 2. So Balin is a solid.
32, Josie Mullins.
Yeah, it looks like it will be 2, 3, and 4 for Prairie County Central. Josie Mullins 0 for 3 and on the night. Ball 1. Hazard with her 3rd pitcher on the night. 2-0. Brady over there in left field. He better be careful. That's an outstanding change.
Great changeup. He better be paying attention over there, or he will.
Especially on the changeup.
Exactly.
2-1. Congratulating Brady, who is going to be a scholar this summer. Oh, and that's hit to the shortstop. Nice play.
Nice play.
And that is a 6-3. I think that was Gabbard. Yes, it was.
That is Gabbard. That's a nice play.
About her
Short.
moving over there. 6-3 on the play. 1 down.
Hot shot right down into the deep pocket. Good catch and throw.
I don't know if she's any relation to Mr. E.T. Gabbard, but he was one of the finest baseball players at Hazard, and softball players. Played with him a few times. Right down from here. That's that changeup. It's going to be to the left fielder, and it's going to be dropped. And that's going to be an E7. And
I think that's our first error of the game.
I believe so.
I believe it is the first error of the game.
It is. Exactly right.
I mean, it's been
We've
a
had
very
some
clean
base running errors, but not
fielding errors.
And Shepherd has had back-to-back home runs, and can she go 3 for 3? Runner on first, 1 down. And a called strike, 1-1. Once again, if you can't come to these events that Hometown 24 does, then tune us in. Changeup's going to stay high, 2-1.
Yeah, now Shepherd, she's got good power. She's hit both of her home runs to deep left field, I guess what they call power alley.
Mm-hmm. Outside pitch, and that's going to be away, 3-1. Here comes the pitch, and Shepherd trying to go the opposite way, and it's going to be a foul ball, and it'll run it full at 3-2. That shows a whole lot about Shepherd trying to go to the opposite field after you have hit two
down power alley. And I looked at her coach, and he was telling her if you can drive it the opposite, go ahead and drive it that way.
You know, with her power, that is very distinct possibility. And that's ball 4. And that will put runners at first and second for McKenna Fugit, who has a double walk and flew out to the center fielder. want to thank Hazard High School for inviting us down. That's strike call.
Yeah, we always enjoy coming to Hazard. They always take very good care of us here when we come and do any of their athletics for their
They even
programs.
take good care of David Adams.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
That ball's down low, and that's going to make it 1-1, and that's going to be a conference. Went and watched the Reds, and the Reds won this past weekend, so I'm undefeated. when I go watch the Reds. So I might go ahead.
Go back?
I'm just going to go to every game from here on out till they lose.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty, with gas prices.
I don't know.
It's a pretty good
Yeah,
deal.
that's what I made 2 trips to Bristol this weekend to watch some NASCAR racing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Good weather.
Rumor has it they're wanting to get rid of that spring race in Bristol, and I've been over there when it snowed.
I have too.
But it was nice weather. And that's going to be a line shot into the gap, and it's going to be scoring runs.
We're
and
going to score
that's
2 runs.
Ratliff is going to score, and Shepherd is going to score, and that will make it 12-1 with a double that time by Fugit, who hit it into the right center gap.
Field gap.
And so she's had 2 doubles, one down the left field line and one to right center. So hard to really gauge where she's going to hit it when you're hitting it to all fields.
And you talked again. The meat of the order for Perry Central has really done some damage.
And that's going to be a ball. Madison Stacy, who is 1 for 2 with a walk, had a double and RBI, struck out in the second. And that's going to be hit down the first base. It takes a bad hop, but staying with it, and that's going to be an out, second out on a 3 unassisted.
Jones there, good way to hang with it on the weird bounce there that it took.
So that will bring up Haley Watts, 0 for 3 on the night.
Up to bat, number 19, Haley Watts.
Once again, these Hazard Lady Bulldogs will be going to Owensboro on the 25th, and they will be playing in the All-A State Classic Championship.
Did you say 3 games that day?
8:30, 12 o'clock, and 3:30. I hope they take a lot of fruits and drink a lot of water because they'll need it. And Watts out in front of it. Of course, one of the teams they'll be playing is Beechwood. Don't know the other 2, but they'll be from the 7th region and the 16th region. Guess they probably have not played their
All A's not finished yet.
They probably haven't finished the All-A regional yet. So good luck to the Lady Bulldogs. Nice changeup by Roll, and that will make it 1-2.
Nice pitch there.
Had her way out in front.
Had her way out in front. She's been out in front a couple times here.
And that's going to be outside. 2-2. Oh.
Brady.
He needs his garden.
Yeah. He's
to grow real well, so he took a picture of it. Oh, and that's going to be ball 3. I'm not sure. He's pretty talented, but I don't know if him and Dion's going to plant a garden or not.
I don't know, and I don't know if he could make
so
those.
Dion, if you're tuning in, I'm not making fun of your farmer techniques, and that's going to be ball 4, and runners at first and third now.
Up to bat, number 7, Caroline Mosley.
And Mosley, who hit that home run, and you really love when a dugout did what they did when Mosley hit that home run.
Yeah, they were all waiting on her to high five as they came through.
And that was her first home run on the season. Roll trying to get out of this inning with 2 outs here, 1st and 3rd, and let's see if Eddington will throw through if they go, and they do not. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Changeup is going to be stalled for a strike. 1-1, 2 down, 12-1. Perry County Central runners at 1st and 3rd. And it's popped up. Next game for Perry County Central will be Bulldogs will play Johnson Central. They'll be going over to the 15th region. Perry Central will face the 10-2 Breathitt County Lady Cats. And that's a line shot right at Combs, and it's going to be an out. So that will end the top of the 6th, and we'll move to the bottom of the 6th. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Spring has sprung in the mountains, and that means it's the perfect time to upgrade your device and your savings with Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can get the new iPhone 17e, the iPhone 17, or the Samsung A17 on us when you choose a qualifying plan, or take advantage of up to $800 in device savings on select devices. And here's the best part for our new customers. Port your numbers to Appalachian Wireless and get up to 6 months of free service. So don't wait. Spring into savings today, or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com, because we are your neighbors and this is your network. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman softball game of the week. Perry Central scored 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 and 2 left on base. So as we move into the bottom of the 6th, 12-1. And you know, this game, after 3 innings, we thought it was going to come down to maybe 1 run.
1 run, or who made one mistake.
Just started to take over for 1 of 2 on the, and that's going to be dropping, and the left fielder comes on and makes the catch. Nice catch there by Goodson, or Godsey. I said Goodson.
Yeah, it's Godsey.
I'm used to playing with Paul Goodson so much around here, and the Goodsons. So Godsey with a nice catch, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Heidi Jones will come up. 0 for 1. That's going to be fouled off. You know, Mullins has given up 4 hits on the evening.
She's done a good job on the mound today.
Has not walked anybody, hit 1 batter, given up 1 run. Asking for it, and it's not going to be, and it's 1-1. Hazard has left 3 people on base.
And Perry's defense behind her has done a good job. They don't have any errors in the game tonight.
And you know a lot about baseball and softball is making the routine plays. You know, if you make the routine plays, first of all, it takes the pressure off your pitcher.
Yeah, and plus we talked about how they were getting ahead in the count.
Yep.
And not having to play from behind.
And also too, as that ball's up and it'll be a full count. You're ready to play in the infield when your pitcher throws strikes.
Yes.
Keeps you on your toes.
Keeps you on your toes.
Here's the pitch, and it's a number back to Mullins, and that will be a 1-3, and that's going to be the second out.
And if your pitcher's pitching well and throwing strikes, and you want to do a good job for her as well to field anything that comes her way.
Yeah. And the end of step will be Eddington, who is 1 for 2, had the double and scored a run in the 4th inning. And that's fouled straight back. Oh and 1, 2 outs. Fouled directly back, and that's going to run the count to 0 and 2. Once again, boys volleyball will be Thursday at Letcher Central, Perry Central, and Letcher Central. Baseball will be the Belfry Pirates at Knott County Central. David will be there. I'll be at the volleyball. And we'll have a special guest commentator for both of those. And
Jim and I will be on different assignments.
I know your all's assignment will be see how many fish you can catch in Chickamauga.
Yeah, well, we hope.
Yeah, I hope you catch a bunch. And
we'll bring some back for a fish fry.
And that's going to be the third out of the inning, and that will do the game. The Mercy Rule 12-1, Brian, and a nice effort on behalf of Josie Mullins, who will pick up her 9th victory for the Perry County Central Lady Commodores, and the Alice Lloyd College Player of the Game
is going to go to number 15, Michaela Shepard. 2 long bombs tonight.
Scored 3 runs, walked 1 time, and had 4 RBIs. So a nice evening for Michaela Shepard, the second baseman for Perry County Central, the Lady Commodores. Perry County Central will improve to 12-7. Hazard will drop to 10-5. Once again, Hazard will play at Johnson Central tomorrow. Perry Central will have tomorrow off, and then they will face the Breathitt County Lady Cats at Breathitt County on Thursday. Brian, final thoughts before we take a break out of here?
Yeah, I thought we had a good game here this afternoon and into the evening. And like you said, first with the pitching battle that was going on, we thought we were going to end up with a 1-0 game or something like that. But then the bats for Perry Central, they kind of came alive in that 3rd inning and got going a little bit. And just the meat of that, the heart of that order. They were really, really good this evening and got locked in and they got a lot of base hits and got a lot of runners in scoring position. And when you do that, you're going to be successful.
Yeah, and nice pitching effort by Mullins for Perry County Central. You never know when somebody that you talk to after a game and they learn to keep their hands back and they learn to hit the ball hard. And Shepard did a nice job of hitting the ball to all fields. You know, when you start thinking about softball and you use all parts, it's hard to pitch you. And Hazard will come back from this. Perry Central gains the advantage from it. Good luck to the Hazard Lady Bulldogs when they go to Owensboro.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the Hazard administration and AD Eddie Browning and for allowing us to do the game. Wonderful facility here. Come watch a game when Hazard plays here. Thank you to the Hometown 24 crew who always does an outstanding job. Thank you to the viewer who makes it so great for people like me and Brian Johnson, David Adams, and Jim Bob McCauley. So with that being said, good night, and enjoy this great weather. And we do need a little rain, but
just a little.
Do it overnight.
Yep.
So with that being said, good night and God bless.